What's up, guys? It's Crypto Bubble Club here to make you another video because it's just been such an explosive day. I just want to get right into it. Earlier, I made a video on, like earlier this morning where we were at $480 billion. And as you can see right now, it's an hour away from the next day and we're at 481.6 billion. So we've been keeping that momentum very strong. So I'm very I'm very bullish on the fact that it's gonna go straight upward. Now I'm bringing you over to the entire crypto market cap overall, and you can see the entire day it just keeps fluxing upwards and takes a huge nosedive and then goes back up a little bit, and then it's just steady going up and taking a nosedive and going right back up. Now the huge nosedive, this is just one over here, and you can see right over here, I'm looking at the charts currently, it's seeming like it's going to downwards a little bit and then go right back up even more, exceeding its current projections. Or it can take downturn again and then just go right back above this and then take another down and then go above. See, the scenario is laid out this way. I've noticed in the past month that whenever there's an explosion and there's some kind of a recovery in the market, there's usually a big bounce with a lot of the altcoins as well. But this time, guys, if you notice, we didn't really see that. A few altcoins, yes, there was a huge burst, but majority of them didn't really bounce up as much as Bitcoin did. It's the money is really going into Bitcoin now. And I think that can go one of two ways. One is that a lot of people are finally using their fiat to go into Bitcoin, and it's stuck in the exchanges right now, and that's why they're not trading into alts, or there could be other restrictions rather than the actual human behavior. Or the second one is this is a paradigm shift where people are starting to trust Bitcoin more than altcoins just because of all of the BS associated with altcoins and all of the risks and so many other things. And that, because a lot of people in the crypto world do believe absolutely that the 1,500 altcoins that you can look up at a website right now are not going to last. But some are definitely are gonna. And, people have faith in Bitcoin more than anything else, bottom line. Looking at the numbers now, the fact that BTC dominance is at 35.7, that completely synchronizes with my thought patterns. And speaking of, yesterday when I was looking at Tron, I had realized that it was one of those coins that was really laggard. It was really on the behind when everything else was on the rise. So I was expecting it to kind of pop off and do something of its own, and it did. It did 7%. Right now it's a 7% gain, but it had a huge monumentous 530 in the BTC reference. And that was, right on call. And, VeChain is taking a ride and having a slow, steady increase, and today it took another 13%, just slowly riding up after that little bump down correction, just going up, nice and easy. And speaking of something that's not nice and not easy, let's look at Neblio. Just 3-4 days ago, it was $11. It shoots up I've always noticed that Neblio does this where it shoots down because somebody wants to sell off a bunch just very bottom, or somebody wants to buy a bunch very top, and it does those spikes and it keeps that little ride. And it did it again over here. It goes up and then it doesn't even shoot down. This isn't shooting down because look, it's keeping that. It never goes back to this point again, and it spikes up again, huge. You know what I mean? From 14 to 18, you're talking about a giant gain, and then a little bit of correction, and then guess what? 16 to 21, $22. This thing, Neblio was one of those coins that was trading for 30, that skyrocketed to 60, came back to 30. So is Neblio going to come back? You have to think about BTC dominance and how many people are going to have faith in altcoin versus others. And the best way to do that is to really, really understand what you're getting involved in and really have extensive knowledge, research, data collection in terms of what you can find on the web and what you can socialize with individuals, and if you can differentiate fact from fiction as well. Quite a few of the individuals that I speak to in the community really have this ideology that they can pick any one of these coins and hold it for a certain amount of time, and they'll get lucky and it'll skyrocket and woohoo, I made $100,000. But doesn't necessarily work like that, because one important factor is that this market still right now isn't fully regulated. So a lot of these things are not real things in a sense. They're not, and they don't have a working product, so they could be real for now and just kind of vanish into penis, if you know my drift. And I have to remind you, I'm not a professional investor. I don't have a degree in this, but I have some basic knowledge that I think that are pretty well, and I've been able to prove it to myself by maintaining about a 40% return over 2 years, and with all of my regular stock market investments. So, when I saw the volatility in this and when I saw the opportunity, it's like, why wouldn't I get involved in this? So that's what it is. And I want to do what I can to stay on top of it with helping everybody, but I'm not going to say, hey, follow my advice and you're going to get rich. That's definitely not the case. Um, Another thing okay, so Binance Coin, I know it has potential, right? I really believe in Binance Coin. Like, why wouldn't I? Because they just hit, like, they announced 2 days ago that they have over 7 million users. Just like, think about that number for a minute. 7 million users, and think about, like, if they're trading as much as you are. Because if they're trading as much as I am and there's 7 million people doing it, they are making a serious amount of money, right? A serious amount of money, and they're going to be able to do a lot more for their exchange with that money. If you've seen my other videos, then you know that I've covered Binance pretty extensively, just in the sense that, when it went out, I was there, like, I'm freaking out, like, oh my God, guys, what's going to happen? But I knew, because they were very good at letting us know what was going on. Yeah, the shutdown was random all of a sudden, but they really kept us, on the seat, just like every hour tweets, letting us know exactly what's going on, how long it's going to take. And they were on board with us. They were very communicative. And the fact that they then gave us a 70% commission exemption per trade really, really shows that they care for their community. They care for the 7 million people they're making millions of dollars every single day for, which makes sense. They have a legitimate infrastructure and a working business that they are generating money for. So their coin also has many use case scenarios. And these use case scenarios are trading fees, withdrawal fees, deposit fees. They don't have deposit fees, but you catch my drift. And in the past few days, with the markets trembling with weak knees, like, I saw this coin at $9 and I was like, dude, I want to buy, I really want to buy. And if I could have, I would have bought hundreds and hundreds of them, right? Because I truly believe in this coin. We'll get there. But look, it went from $8, right? And it bumps up to 11, and it's been hovering at 10, 8, 11, whatever. Look, let's look at the day. And my God, $10 to 11.20, back down to 10.40, back up to $11. So you can see how this is very attractive to a day trader, right? Right now, at least. But you look at 3 months, and it like, this coin had peaked to 23,000. Wow. Whoa, $23. Now, obviously, that's a very inflated price, you guys. You see the price that it was trading at, the $2, $3 mark? It should have been this, but steadily growing over time. Okay? Steadily growing, and maybe now hitting $20 because of the 7 million plus users that they have. But it's on its way up, and for that to happen, the crypto market also has to go up, which it seems like it is. And going back to this data, let's look at the day, let's look at the 7 days, and it's healthy. It's very healthy. And then look at this. Just look at a month ago. Like, it had dropped so much, and all of that fear, doubt, misguidedness, all of that's like, what's going on with that? Nobody cares anymore. It's just the crypto market works really, really fast. Another thing I wanted to talk to you guys and kind of address the issue that I've addressed in other videos before, but it's nice to see that Coinbase has taken an official stance on it, and they have made sure that everybody is reading this. And it's right over here. We've seen an increase in the number of fraudulent Twitter accounts claiming to be an official Coinbase account. The only official accounts for Coinbase is @Coinbase and @Coinbase support. I think it's very important that everybody else and a lot of other people start doing this, only because you look at any of these individuals right over here, actually, and they're all getting bombarded like, hey, send me to Ethereum and I'll give you back 40, and I don't know if people are actually falling for it, or they're just making more accounts saying that people are doing it, so that way it's more convincing. But either which way, it's a scam, and you gotta really be, just be ready and always protect your things. And no matter what, I think you should, like, regardless of the enormous amount of hassle it can cause you, like, because I've experienced it in my video games, use a Google Authenticator, use 3-step freaking verification if you could to anything, because, like, it's very important to secure your assets. So I end the video off here with saying that I was reading this article from CNBC, because they always bring very interesting, quote-unquote, things to the discussion board. But one thing I do agree with is that Bitcoin is recovering to 10,000. It could definitely attract new buyers. It could attract buyers that have left the space and that has now since kicked themselves in the foot and said, shit, why did I sell it at 7,000? Why did I sell it at 5,900? And so forth. And once that explosion happens again, this time it's going to be a little bit of different, because it's been it's been progressing, and people have been pulling together, so many regulators, so many countries, so many countries being involved right now. But I want to hear your side of the story. What do you guys think about Bitcoin? What do you guys think about what I said? Do you guys agree with the things I say or not? Let me know. And I hope you guys enjoy the video. Please leave it a thumbs up. It does help me, and yay. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one, guys. Enjoy yourself, and don't lose all your money.